And welcome, this is ballerscuba with Let's Play East, the Oath in Felghana. This is, technically speaking, the third East game, but the history behind this game is kind of vast, so let's try to go over it quickly. The original version was called East 3 Wanderers from East, and that originally came out in 1989, but perhaps the most famous version of that game is the Super Nintendo version, which came out in 1992 in North America. That game was remade in 2005 for the PlayStation 2, and it was renamed East the Oath in Felghana. It has much more to the story. A lot has been changed in terms of gameplay, but it is still, technically speaking, based on the third game. We are going to be playing the 2012 version of the Oath in Felghana, which was released on Steam. So it's a complicated game, but technically speaking, this is the third East game. If you are not familiar with the East series, this is basically a continuation of the story of the main character from the first two East games. So if you are not familiar, I suggest watching East 1 and East 2 before heading into East 3, the Oath in Felghana. With that said, let's go over the options. I have changed to a somewhat custom control input because my controller would not work in this game, and I understand that's pretty common for this game. So we'll be using the mouse and keyboard for this, but I always wanted dash. We can double tap to dash. The screen's pretty bright. The music is like, I don't think they'll let me move it too much further down than that, but it's pretty far down, still pretty loud though. So with that said, let's get a new game underway. It is time to reunite with Adol Christin, our swordsman. Let's see what he's been up to lately. Let's start a new game on normal. For first-time players, it is recommended to play on easy. This game has quite a bit of difficulty to it, so normal might be pushing it, but that's what I'm going to be going for this time. Hard and Nightmare are just not going to happen for me. Not this time, not while I'm talking. So, normal mode it is. Let's head in. Let's play East, the Oath in Felghana. Well, Adol, here we are. This is Felghana. I was hoping we'd get here a little earlier in the day, but I wasn't expecting the waters to be so rough. Still, this place does bring back memories. Hard to believe it's really been 8 years since I left. There's Margot. I always called her Mams. An old gardener. Not to mention Chester and Elena. I wonder how they're doing after all this time. Oh man, what the hell happened here? This monument's dedicated to the god of safe journeys. It's a relic of the old religion, from when people believed that spirits existed even in stuff that wasn't alive. Just don't get why anyone would deface it like this, though. I guess maybe the rumors really are true. What was that? It came from over there. Hey, wait up, Adol! Damn it, left behind again. And Dogi has been left behind. Adol just runs off by himself. Oh no! It's a wolf thing. It's called a guff. Let's just call it a guff. Oh, no way! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! What the hell are monsters doing in Felghana? And now here's a young girl. Monsters? Here? What are they doing this close to town? Chester. And here we are given basically a tutorial on how to fight, because fighting in this game is drastically different from how it worked in East 1 and East 2. And that was true of the original version of the game. You don't just run into things anymore, you have to actually hit them. So it's much more standard in how the gameplay plays in terms of RPGs compared to the earlier games in the series. So let's go over it. These are the basic actions. These are Adol's basic movements and attacks. We have attack. Defaults to Z. I have it on the left click because I like a mouse. It swings your sword. You can swing up to 6 times in rapid succession. So I have a 6 attack combo. There's also jump. Defaults to X or the right click. For me, it is the right click. Leaps into the air. Your direction may be altered mid-jump. Then there's the jump slash. You attack during the ascent of a jump while moving. So while you're going up, if you attack, you slash in midair. Slightly extends the length of your jump. There's also the lunge attack. Attack immediately after coming to a stop. I should mention that the movement is in WASD for me, so the way to activate a lunge attack is to move, stop, and then attack really quickly after you stop. So attack immediately after coming to a stop, lunges forward for a more powerful sword slash. Then there's up thrust, attack during the ascent of a jump while stationary. So the difference between a jump slash is that with a jump slash I'm moving when I jump, and then an up thrust I'm standing still while I jump, but I still attack while going up. That swings my sword at enemies above my head. Then there's the down thrust. Attack during the descent of a jump, so doesn't matter moving or stationary. If I hit it while going down, then I do a down thrust. Drop from the air with your sword pointed downward, has a chance of stunning any enemies it hits. For this first little part here, I'm just going to do a basic combo because that will be more than enough. So we can kind of move around, and then I can just go for it. And I win! I should mention they drop things. Just pick up the things that they drop. That's the best way to look at it. But because I have a full boost mode, so you can see on the bottom left, it is full now. It's all glowy. That's the boost mode. Well, it's the boost gauge, I should say. When Adol's boost gauge reaches 100%, press the boost key, which is normally on V, but for me, it's the spacebar, to activate boost mode. And then he'll get all glowy. You get combat enhancements for it. Both the speed and strength of Adol's attacks will increase significantly. With proper timing, up to 10 consecutive hits may be landed on a single foe. So we go from 6 to 10. Then we also get some defensive enhancements. Adol will take only half damage and will suffer no knockback or interruption when hit by enemies. So I also take half damage. So it sounds like something I want to do quite often. Maybe that's just me. We might have to save it every once in a while, but we'll be doing it a lot. Like now. There we go. So once again, they drop things. I'm going to pick up the things. Basically, they're boosts. But they're temporary, so you want to grab them. Want to grab them and keep going a lot of the times. But for now, we have story and an intro movie coming up pretty soon. I know some people have been missing the intro movie. We'll get to it shortly. I will be talking over it, which is the reason why I brought it up. Mostly just because there's dialogue on the screen, so I'll be reading that. After that, I'll be quiet. So the little girl is talking. Well, young girl, I should say. She's not little, even though she looks it. Excuse me? Thank you very much for saving me. You're a traveler, aren't you? Are you hurt at all? Hey! And it's Dogi. Are you alright, Adol? Right when you ran off, I got attacked by monsters too. I'd like to know what the hell those things are doing in Felghana. Whoops. Excuse me. I guess they must have been after you. You okay, miss? You don't look like you're hurt, at least. Huh? What's wrong? Something on my face? Am I, like, covered in monster gore? We should probably get moving and head to town before we're attacked again. I can't say I recognize your face, but you've got to live in Redmont, I figure. Dogi? I knew it! I must be dreaming! Dogi, you're actually back! What have you been doing all this time? Hey, hold on a second now. You obviously know me, but do I know you? How can you even say that? You, me, and my brother used to play together all the time when we were kids. Don't you dare tell me you've forgotten. Oh, no way. When I last saw you, you were just a skinny little tomboy. Well, that was 8 years ago. I'm 17 now. Man, you sure are. Creepy. I'm sorry. Where are my manners? It's nice to meet you, and again, thank you very much for your help. My name is Elena. And I believe that's the last line before we go into the intro movie. Elena Stoddard. Nope, there we go. Time for the intro movie. In my time, I've wandered everywhere. Around this world, hope would always be there. And now we are in to East, the Oath in Felghana. Our three characters are heading to town. Elena, where have you been? You had me worried sick staying out so late. I'm sorry, Mr. Gardner. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. It's okay, Elena. As long as you're all right, we'll pretend this never happened. So who are your two friends? I don't believe I recognize either one of them. Look a little closer. You'll get it in a second. Huh? Hey there, gardener. Still staying at the gate like always, I see. Wait. Dogi? Is that really you? Yeah, I guess I've been a little out of touch. Sorry. My favorite little troublemaker has come home. Where have you been all this time? And what have you been up to? Well, you know, wandering, killing monsters, saving the world, the usual. Anyway, I brought a pal of mine along. Go on, Adol. Introduce yourself. Can he do that? Is he capable of doing that? Adol introduced himself to Gardner, so technically he is, but I don't have to give him a voice because he doesn't have a voice. I don't think I ever gave him a voice in the first 2 games, so the streak continues. Still silent, technically. Kind of. An adventurer, eh? Well, that's certainly a rarity. But from the looks of that sword on your belt, I can tell you're no amateur. No, he's quite remarkable. I was attacked by monsters just now, and he came right to my rescue. Is that a fact? Well then, you have my thanks, good sir. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. That's the problem with gate duty. You miss all the real trouble out in the field. It does raise a point worth discussing, though. Why are there monsters here in the first place? We'd heard rumors that Felghana's fallen on hard times, but I had no idea it had gotten so bad. Yeah, things certainly aren't looking up these days. It's been pretty bad for around a year now. We're rarely visited by anyone anymore, as a result. No travelers, no merchants. Man, that sucks. Well, it's getting late. You can tell me all about where you've been and what you've done come morning. For now, you should head on in and get some sleep. I bet you're exhausted after what you've been through. Well, I mean, I had to click quite a bit, but I think I'm fine.